Hello everybody, my name is Walter and today I want to show you how you can build my super simple ceiling 3x3 ring pop-up block swapper. So this is a block swapper that swaps out a 3x3 ring of blocks that are right below the actual ceiling and is controlled by a lever. So as you can see, if I flick the lever, those blocks get contracted and exchanged against a second set. And obviously if I flick the lever again, I'm back to my first set. So pretty simple, pretty straightforward, and very easy to build, as you will see in the following. The design is somewhat compact, so in total it's 15 blocks wide. It's 6 blocks long, and it has a height of 5 blocks above the actual ceiling. So with the ceiling and the blocks it's extending into, it's a total of 7 blocks. And with that, let's talk about the required resources. So if you want to build this, you're going to need obviously the building blocks, then 28 redstone dust, a single torch, 14 repeaters, 6 observers, 80 normal pistons and 80 sticky pistons, and a lever as an input. And that's pretty much all you're gonna need. So let's show you how to build this block server here. Start by marking the part of the ceiling where the blocks get pushed through, which is this 5x5 ring with a central block. From there, go 3 blocks up, and that's where we start with our double piston extenders. So the best way is to go from the inside here and start with the double piston extenders powering downwards. While we're here, we can also already place the observer powering downwards and full block in the middle of this ring, and then close up the ring. Once you have done that, at the front and the back of our build, at the corners, we also need observers powering downwards with full blocks, like shown here. Then, from the front to the back, we need 2 rows of 3 blocks on top of the outside of the piston ring. Then on top of those blocks and the observers, we need redstone wire. Then at the front of the build, this is where our input will be, we need a block in between the rows and a lower block in between the 2 observers here. Put a repeater and vortex on top. Then to the front, we need an observer powering upwards with a full block on top. Then down here, below any of those 4 corners, we need 1 redstone dot. Doesn't matter which corner, but we need 1. Next, place a block lowered or hovering below the observer here and put some redstone dust on top. And you should see this double piston action going on all the time, which shows that this is working. This will be our input, so for now I place my lever here. Then to the left and right, place a block with a repeater on 4 ticks on top, each running into a full block, and following that a lowered block, like this here. Then on the left side, place a sticky piston with a block on top, a full block on top, then lowered block, raised block, lowered block. Then towards the back, we need 3 raised blocks. Then we go around the corner, place another 4 blocks until we have a 1 wide gap to the pistons here. Then 1 block to the front of the build, 1 block up, and then towards the middle of the build, so we connect more or less with this redstone wire over there. Now for the redstone components, place another 4 tick repeater here and here. Then a 1 tick here, 2 tick there, 2 tick there, and 4 tick here. Grab wire and place it on the gaps starting from here all the way to here. Grab normal pistons, start below this corner and put 1 to each side of that one, and then 2 to the front of each. So you have this 3x3 with another 3x3 in front before you get below those pistons. And while we're here, let's actually already place in a couple blocks. The blocks we will replace later on. Then it's time to go to the right. Here we start with some redstone dust. Running into a... So this needs to be a lowered block with redstone dust, and this one here needs to be a raised block with a torch to the side of it. Then we go 2 blocks to the side and take an output from the torch with a repeater on 4 ticks. This gets run into a full block on top of a sticky piston. Then we have a lowered block here. Again, 3 raised blocks. Then 4 to the middle until we have a 1 wide gap. Then 1 block to the front, raised blocks, 2 at a time, and you can see this is more or less symmetrical, except for this front part here. Now here we need a 4 tick repeater there, then 2 tick, 2 tick, and 4 tick. And now again, redstone wire all the way on the gaps until we reach this point over there. Now for the pistons, again we start below the middle, then 1 to each side and 2 to the front. And now again we place our 3x3 of blocks. With that we should be pretty much finished, at least concerning the circuitry. So let's test this. As you can see, the swapping action works properly, which means now it's time to fill in the rest of the ceiling and replace those blocks with something a bit more interesting. And here we go. So as you can see, now the ceiling is completed and we have all of the blocks exchanged against something that is looking a bit more interesting. And with that, we have reached the end of this tutorial for this ceiling 3x3 ring pop-up block swapper. I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial and well, see ya!